For 12 incredible years, Rex had been the Silva family's loyal German shepherd. His muzzle was beginning to gray, but his tail never stopped wagging, and his gentle nature had made him a favorite throughout the neighborhood. One spring, however, Maria Silva noticed that Rex was bumping into furniture more often. "Something's not right with him," she confided in her husband Joao. One evening they watched him closely as their faithful companion moved slowly across the living room, his nose nearly dragging on the floor. The veterinarian's diagnosis was heartbreaking: advanced cataracts in both eyes. "Rex is going completely blind," Dr. Carvalho explained in a soft voice. While vision loss wasn't uncommon in senior dogs, Rex's case was deteriorating rapidly. In the weeks that followed, Rex's world grew progressively darker. He became hesitant, spending most of his time curled up in his bed by the fireplace. The once contagious energy was replaced by a faint wag of his tail, as if his joy was slowly draining away. Maria, a retired teacher, spent hours researching ways to help blind dogs. She rearranged furniture to create clear paths, placed scent markers around the house, and added rugs with different textures to help Rex navigate. Still, her once vibrant companion seemed to be sinking into a deep sadness. "He needs more than we can give him," Maria said one morning, watching Rex refuse to go out for his morning walk in the yard. "He needs a friend who understands his world in a way we can't." It was then that her granddaughter, Sophia, showed her a video of a cat helping to guide a blind dog at a shelter in another state. The idea seemed unlikely, but Maria couldn't shake the feeling that it might be exactly what Rex needed. "We're going to the shelter today," she announced brightly to Joao. Little did they know that this decision would not only change Rex's life, but would also give rise to one of the most surprising interspecies friendships their small town had ever seen. When Maria and Joao arrived at the shelter, the air was filled with the sound of barking dogs and meowing cats. They were on a clear mission: to find a cat who could be a companion for a blind dog. Renata, the shelter manager, raised an eyebrow, but then smiled warmly. "I think I have the perfect candidate. She arrived last month, and she's a very different kind of cat." Renata led them to a quiet corner of the cat area where, perched on a high shelf, sat a striking gray cat with golden eyes. Unlike the other cats, who were either sleeping or vying for attention, this one observed everything with a calm, focused gaze. "This is Luna," Renata explained. "She's about 3 years old, and strangely enough, she's already been helping some of the older cats find their food bowls and even navigate to the litter box. We've never seen anything like it." Luna tilted her head, studying Maria and Joao with an intelligent stare. When Renata called her down, Luna leaped gracefully into her arms without any resistance. She was found in the parking lot of a nursing home. We believe she might have been a therapy cat, given her exceptional patience and intuition. To demonstrate, Renata placed Luna next to an elderly blind cat who was dozing in a corner. As soon as the cat woke up, disoriented, Luna approached and gently nudged against him, guiding him toward the water bowl. "Incredible," Maria murmured, her eyes welling up. "But how will she be with a dog?" In a private introduction room, the shelter staff brought in Rex, who moved cautiously and insecurely in the new environment. Luna, already in the room, watched him with fixed attention. What happened next left everyone speechless. Luna slowly approached Rex, making a soft, trilling sound. Rex, startled by the sound, showed no fear or aggression. Instead, he allowed Luna to circle his paws, her body brushing lightly against his legs. The dog, who had been tense just moments before, began to relax, and his tail gave a timid wag, a sign of returning happiness. Then, Luna did something extraordinary. She moved a few feet away and repeated the trilling sound. Rex turned his head toward the noise. When Luna called again, he took a hesitant step in her direction. "She's showing him the way," Joao said, marveling. In the first few days at home, Luna's arrival brought many changes. Maria and Joao set up a special bed for her, a new litter box, and even some climbing toys. But Luna seemed more interested in Rex than in any of her new belongings. On the very first night, she established her own routine. Instead of sleeping in her plush new bed, she chose to curl up on the edge of Rex's large cushion by the fireplace. Whenever Rex stirred in the night, disoriented or uncomfortable, Luna would let out her soft trill, as if to remind him that he wasn't alone. The real breakthrough came during breakfast on the third day. Ever since losing his sight, Rex had been reluctant to find his food bowl, waiting for someone to guide him. That morning, Maria and Joao watched in awe as Luna orchestrated a surprising scene. She walked to his bowl, tapped it twice with her paw, then returned to Rex. She nuzzled against him, walked a few steps, stopped, and repeated the process. Step by step, she guided Rex to his food as if they were performing a dance. "It's like magic," Maria whispered to Joao, not wanting to break the spell. Soon, Luna had developed her own set of signals. A soft meow meant, "Time to go up the porch steps." A gentle tap with her paw warned of an obstacle ahead, and her special trilling sound always meant, "Follow me. It's safe." With Luna by his side, Rex's confidence grew each day. He began to explore the backyard again, guided by the cat, who always walked slightly ahead, pausing to assess any changes in the terrain, helping him navigate around flower beds and the old oak tree. The neighbors could hardly believe the transformation. Where they once saw a dejected dog, they now saw Rex walking with his head held high, his tail wagging more and more often. Luna was always there, a silent, faithful guardian, walking alongside her noble friend. One afternoon, Mrs. Helena from next door was moved to tears. "I just saw the most beautiful thing," she told Maria. "Rex was resting in the sun and started whimpering in his sleep. Your cat, Luna, went right over, snuggled up against him, and calmed him down, just like she was caring for a puppy." Perhaps the most touching moments happened at night, when Maria and Joao, watching television, would see Rex and Luna sleeping together. The small gray form of the cat was a comforting presence, nestled against the dog's aging fur. Two beings who had found in each other exactly what they needed. As autumn faded and winter arrived, the Silva family faced a new challenge. The first snowfall transformed the familiar backyard into an entirely different landscape, and Rex became disoriented by the new textures under his paws. One frosty morning, he hesitated at the back door, his nose twitching at the strange scent of snow. For the first time since Luna's arrival, he seemed truly afraid to go outside. But Luna already had a plan. She went out first, leaving delicate paw prints in the fresh snow. She returned to shake the snow from her paws near Rex's nose, allowing him to get used to the scent. Then, slowly, she began to create a safe path for him. "Joao, come see this," Maria called from the kitchen window. They watched in wonder as Luna walked back and forth, packing down the snow into a narrow corridor. Every so often, she would return to touch Rex's paw before leading him forward. "She's making a safe walkway for him," Joao exclaimed, impressed. The winter brought other challenges. Shorter days meant Rex was often outside in the dark, and the cold made his joints stiffer. Yet Luna adapted to every obstacle with admirable ingenuity. She learned to push small rugs with her nose, creating textured pathways inside the house. When arthritis made it difficult for Rex to get up in the morning, Luna would gently knead his muscles with her paws until he felt ready to move. Dr. Carvalho, the local veterinarian, was so impressed by their partnership that she began documenting their story. "This goes beyond simple friendship," she said during a checkup. "Luna isn't just guiding Rex, she's actively improving his quality of life. It's truly extraordinary." News of the unlikely pair spread through town. People would stop to watch Luna guide Rex on his daily routine. Before long, she became known as the guide cat, and their story was even featured in the local newspaper. But the most magical moment came during the holiday season. The Silva family had worried that putting up the Christmas tree would confuse Rex's mental map of the house. However, Luna spent an entire afternoon patiently guiding him around the tree, helping him understand the temporary change in his environment. That night, as the family admired the twinkling lights, Rex rested beneath the tree with Luna nestled at his side. The cat had positioned them so the colorful lights cast a soft glow on them both, creating a living Christmas card that brought tears to Maria's eyes. As winter melted into spring, the incredible partnership between Rex and Luna began to have an unexpected impact on the community. Inspired by their success, the local shelters started carefully pairing elderly and disabled animals, creating the Rex and Luna program. One sunny morning, Renata called Maria, her voice filled with excitement. "Would you believe it? We've successfully paired 3 older cats with kittens who help them, and we even matched a deaf dog with a small terrier who acts as his ears." But their most profound impact occurred when the local elementary school invited Rex and Luna for a visit. Maria was hesitant, worried about how Rex would handle the new environment, but Luna seemed to understand the importance of the mission. On the day of the visit, Luna guided Rex through the school hallways with surprising precision. The children, sitting in a circle on the floor, watched in wonder as the cat used her special signals to help Rex navigate among them. "This is what true friendship means," their teacher explained. "It doesn't matter if we're different or if we need help. Real friends always support each other." A little girl in a wheelchair raised her hand. "It's like when my best friend helps me carry my books," she said. Beside her, a classmate beamed with pride. The visit was such a success that it became a monthly event. The school counselor noticed that children who felt different or were struggling began to feel more confident. "If a cat can help a blind dog," one boy remarked, "then maybe it's okay to ask for help when we need it." Over time, the bond between Rex and Luna deepened even further. Luna developed an impressive ability to anticipate Rex's needs, knowing when his joints were sore and spending extra time by his side to keep them warm. During thunderstorms, when the rumbling thunder made Rex nervous, Luna would press close, purring loudly, until her friend was calm. One afternoon, as they enjoyed the spring sunshine in the yard, Maria overheard 2 neighbors talking over the fence. "I always thought cats and dogs didn't get along," one said. "I never imagined a cat could be so essential to someone's well-being." The other replied, "It makes you rethink all the assumptions we have about who can be a friend to whom." Maria smiled, watching Luna patiently guide Rex back up the porch steps, one careful step at a time. The unlikely pair was teaching everyone about compassion, adaptation, and the limitless possibilities of friendship. As summer approached, Rex, now 14, began to slow down noticeably. His muzzle was completely white, and despite Luna's devoted care, age was beginning to take its toll. Yet Luna's dedication never wavered. If anything, she became even more attentive. One memorable morning, the Silva family witnessed an extraordinary scene. Rex was struggling to get up from his bed, his joints especially stiff. Without hesitation, Luna ran to Maria, meowing insistently until she followed. The clever cat led her directly to the cabinet, where they kept Rex's arthritis medication. "She's learned to recognize when he needs extra help," Maria said softly. "Luna isn't just his eyes anymore. She's become his voice, too." The local veterinary college heard their story and asked to document the unique relationship for a study on animal bonds and adaptive behaviors. The researchers were astonished by Luna's extensive vocabulary of signals and her ability to adjust them as Rex's needs changed. During one observation, they recorded that whenever Rex seemed unsure which way to turn, Luna would use her tail to gently tap his left or right side, indicating the safe path. The researchers called it innovative interspecies communication. As Rex's mobility decreased, Luna adapted their routine. Instead of long walks in the yard, she created sensory adventure zones on the porch, using different textures like leaves or flower petals to provide new experiences. She would often bring him small treasures, a fallen feather, a soft leaf, and carefully place them where Rex could explore them with his nose. Their story spread even further, inspiring a children's book titled "The Cat Who Became a Pair of Eyes." Their story, captured in a small book, found its way into hospitals and therapy centers, a gentle reminder that a disability does not define a life, whether human or animal. One autumn evening, as golden light filled the room, Maria watched Luna guide Rex to his favorite spot by the fireplace. Though his steps were slower now, Luna matched his unhurried pace, ever by his side. "You know, Joao," Maria said, her voice thick with emotion, "when we went to the shelter, we thought we were just finding a guide for Rex. But Luna, she showed us something so much more important. She taught us that love doesn't just help you see, it transforms you." Joao nodded, watching as Luna settled beside Rex, her sleek gray fur a stark contrast to the old dog's grizzled coat, just as it had been the day they first met. She was living proof that sometimes the greatest teachers come in the most unexpected forms. The story of Rex and Luna continued to inspire the community, showing that true friendship knows no barriers, not between species, not between limitations, and certainly not between hearts that truly understand one another. As evening fell, Luna's soft purr would mingle with Rex's contented sighs, creating a silent symphony of companionship, a love capable of overcoming any obstacle, filling any void, and illuminating even the darkest of moments. Then, on a quiet winter morning, Rex passed away peacefully in his sleep, with Luna faithfully nestled by his side. He had lived 2 remarkable years with his feline guide, far exceeding the veterinarian's expectations for his quality of life after losing his sight. In the days that followed, Luna mourned. She would sit by the empty bed, occasionally letting out the soft, trilling sound she had once reserved only for him. But just as she had taught Rex to adapt, Luna, too, found a new path. Maria noticed the cat spending more time at the window, observing the neighborhood with intent. One day, Luna began to meow with an unusual urgency, insisting that Maria look outside. There, she saw their neighbor, Mr. Antonio from 3 doors down, struggling up the sidewalk with his walker, recently home from the hospital after a stroke. Without hesitation, Maria invited him in for tea. Luna approached him with the same calm patience she had always shown Rex. By the end of the visit, Mr. Antonio wore the first genuine smile he'd shown since his accident. This marked the beginning of a new routine. Luna seemed to have discovered a new purpose, helping neighbors who struggled with mobility or loneliness. The local physical therapy center even invited her to be a therapy cat, where her uncanny ability to sense who needed comfort the most became her signature. The Rex and Luna program, started at the shelter, continued to grow. A special wing was created to pair animals with complementary needs and abilities. Above its entrance hung a large photograph of Rex and Luna together, with the words, "Love lights the way," inscribed below. On the first anniversary of Rex's passing, the Silva family received an unexpected package from a family in another state who had adopted a blind puppy through the Rex and Luna program. Inside was a letter and a photo of the puppy being led by a cat that looked remarkably like Luna. "Your story gave us the courage to believe in the impossible," the letter read. Rex and Luna had shown that sometimes the greatest acts of love arise from the most unexpected friendships. Luna lived out the rest of her days touching the lives of people and animals, though she never forgot Rex. On sunny afternoons, she could be found napping in her favorite spot by the window, where the light made her coat shine with a golden hue, a soft echo of her days with Rex. Years later, when the townspeople remembered the story of Rex and Luna, they didn't just speak of a blind dog and the cat who became his eyes. They spoke of how love could overcome any barrier, how compassion illuminates the darkest paths, and how true friendship leaves a legacy that inspires long after the story ends. In the end, Rex and Luna taught the community that the most beautiful light comes not from what we see with our eyes, but from what we feel with our hearts. The impact of their story spread in unexpected ways. The local College of Veterinary Medicine established the Rex and Luna Scholarship for students dedicated to animal behavior and animal-assisted therapy. The children who met them never forgot their lessons. One little girl, Julia, grew up to become a veterinary technician specializing in pet rehabilitation, always crediting the blind German Shepherd and his incredible feline guide as her inspiration. Luna's influence even led to innovative research, with medical journals publishing studies on the Luna effect, the phenomenon of animals naturally assuming caregiver roles. The Silva family treasured a special photo album, filled with moments from their extraordinary journey. Luna teaching Rex to navigate the replanted spring garden, the two of them sharing a sliver of Christmas sunlight, the cat carefully clearing fallen autumn leaves from Rex's path. Their last nap together was one of perfect peace and contentment. Years after Luna also passed, the family established a fund at the shelter named the Guiding Light Fund, dedicated to covering medical expenses for elderly and disabled animals. Its motto, "Sometimes the best guide is an open heart," echoed in the souls of all who knew their story. Today, in the town's central park, stands a small bronze statue of a German shepherd and a cat, walking side by side. Children run their fingers over its smooth surface as their parents retell the story of Rex and Luna, a narrative that continues to teach new generations about the transformative power of love, patience, and understanding. The plaque below it reads, "For Rex and Luna, who taught us that true friendship lights the way in darkness, and that love knows no bounds." And on quiet mornings, many say you can still feel the special magic Rex and Luna brought to that small town, in the way the sunlight dances through the trees, in the sweet gestures of animals caring for one another, and in the infinite possibilities that arise when we learn to see with the heart.